Hello everybody, and welcome back to another Calibria Crystal Guardian video. Back with War, and we're going to continue on Vapor Dreamland. We're going to start off with floor 90, where we left off on the last video. And now this one is a very special floor, because this boss is immune to all negative effects. He can't be energy manipulated, he can't be debuffed in any way. You can't defense break him, you can't silence him, you can't anything. So you're going to have to do raw damage to this guy, which is a little bit annoying because he also has a skill too that heals himself for 20% every 3 turns. So yeah, that gets rather annoying really quickly, and you're going to have to tank a lot of damage. So he's going to be hitting you regularly, he's going to be hitting you hard, so you're going to have to be able to tank the damage and keep dishing it back out. So this team I'm going to be doing is going to be a little bit more unique. I still use him. I'm going to use him, just he's not the most necessary, but he silences the passives and everything to help me get up to the boss. Helps control the monsters to get to the boss. This floor, it's all about trying to kill the boss. The hard part is killing the boss himself. And for that, I'm going to be trying to use this team. Usually I use Medusa with this and Selene instead of this, and it usually goes really easy. But I'm going to be putting Cupid in here, still only +9 runes and below. Oh, I guess that's a +12, but meh. So I'm going to be using him with this skill and this skill to keep everybody healed up, and everybody's good healed up and everything. This won't really do a whole lot for anything, but this is going to be helping on the boss stage, and this is just going to help try to keep everybody healed up through the floors. Now him, with this boss, you're going to want to do this Dragon Breath, because the duel doesn't work on the boss, and you don't really care about it on the way up, so you want to use Dragon Breath. In place of Dragoon, you could put pretty much any super tanky unit that's of the lawful type. So you could use her. You could use her. Technically, you could use him if he's built really tanky. The same thing with like Golem. You just want to lure his attacks to a single target. Usually, I recommend Dragoon because he's probably the best for that. He's going to tank the hits a lot better than anybody else. So you want, if you're going to be using him, use this skill and this one, because this is going to reduce the damage the boss does to him, and that's the main thing. You want to reduce the damage he takes and keep him healthy the whole time. So try to take the damage and reduce it as best you can, and this is just going to help you get up to the boss by crowd controlling and stuff like that. So this is the team I'm planning on using. The key to this team is using a tank that the Fallen Angel is going to hit, which is lawful, because it's superior to lawful. So he's going to be the one tanking the hits. Cupid is going to keep trying to heal him up. And Goblin is the one that's going to be doing the boss damage. He's, as you can tell, ruined super well with speed, crit damage, and resistance. At +6 rune. +6s. This is not a well-built Goblin. Don't build them like this. I just put some random spare Berserk runes on them. I mean, resistance is good for nothing, and it's not even a good resistance rune. It's just garbage. So I just put whatever spare runes I had. The key is to get speed. If you can, put a bunch of HP on them. I just threw these on. They're just thrown on there. There is no rhyme or reason to his runes. There's some speed on them, and there he goes. He's in here for this skill. He's going to be doing 18% of the boss's max HP every time he does this skill. And because he's on Berserk, he's going to be doing it pretty regularly. So he's going to keep everybody healed. He's going to tank the hits from the boss. He's going to keep giving everybody as many turns as I can, and he's going to be doing the big damage to the boss. So that is the basic plan. May fail. To be honest, it probably will, because if he gets hit like once, he's going to be dead. He's on attack build, so he's not very tanky either. And he's got a bunch, Cupid's got like a bunch of +9 and +6 runes. So not well built, built for a different kind of team for attack, and he's just garbage built. He's just there. But if you don't want to build a goblin engineer, there is an alternative that I've started working on it as a side project. Oh, he's in storage, which is Pirate Captain. Because the key to beating the Fallen Angel on Vapor Dreamland Normal or Vapor Dreamland Hard is the skill like this. 4% of target's max HP. He does 3 attacks, and when it's skilled up, he does 3 hits of 4%. Doesn't do as much as the Goblin Engineer, but that's still 12% of the max HP. So he could do that over and over. He's not as good as the Goblin, but it could work. So this team, basically, this is a not so free to play, but he's not the hardest unit for people to have. A lot of people have him, and you could also use her. She would actually probably be a better option. If you have her built really, really well, these are the skills you want on her. The area of effect heal with a crit resist. This crit resist is really, really helpful to do it. So, but I'll use him to help get up there, and I'll use that as a healer. And let's try and see if we can make this work. I am not 100% positive on this team because 3 out of them aren't built right for this. So let's try it. So let's just reduce the attack gauge. And let's start trying to stun people, shall we? So. Oh. So let's try to stun you. That's the problem. They're all just gonna get that. So yeah, I don't know if this team will work at all because I don't have enough crowd control in it. And apparently my debuffs do not want to land. Yeah, that's not gonna work out too well. Yeah, that just didn't work at all. So, you're not gonna work out that well there. Cupid just does nothing but healing. I was planning on using him to heal up at the boss stage. So let's see here. Maybe if take you out and we try with Centaur. You had a leader skill. All right. Do like that. Still not going to be the greatest team, but maybe. So let's try it again real quick. I'm trying right now. I've never tried it before without my Medusa. So we'll try it. If it doesn't work, then I'm just going to pull out Medusa and just go with it and just show you how it works with a Medusa in there. Because that's the unit I always use. Yeah, that is not good. Yeah. I'm just not even going to continue with that because my goblin's just not built right. So we'll just go with the right team. So Medusa, that, and usually I use Selene, and this will work pretty much every single time. If I had Lumi built, if I had somebody built to do crowd control like she does, that's the key, is just to try to crowd control till you get to the boss, and then you're easy. It's easy from there. Killing the boss is the easy part. It's getting Goblin Engineer to the boss that's the hard thing. So if you've got a Lumi built, if you've got anything that has crowd control of any kind, use that. And it'll get you up. All you gotta do is get to the boss, and then tank, heal, and Goblin will kill the boss. This is just gonna speed up the run, make it more efficient, and she just gets him to the boss. So if you can use anybody else, use them. We'll just do that real quick. So I'm going to say sorry to anybody. Until I get my other units built, I'm just going to have to use Medusa for this. So, and now easy mode. Medusa just does this and makes it so much easier. So, and Medusa has a couple different skills that you can use that are all very, very effective. So I love my Medusa. She is one of my MVPs for pretty much everything. Oh, and now Dragoon starts to crowd control whenever I don't need him to do that. Well, isn't that just amazing? Thanks, Dragoon. So we'll just do this a little bit. Oh, and a side effect, whenever the goblin does that skill, you have to worry about him hurting himself, because he does damage himself. So you do have to worry about that. So we'll just keep doing this, keep applying dots, just speed this up a little bit. Jeez, Goblin. And stun. Oh, perfect. I don't have to worry about anything there. Jeez, Goblin. You trying to show up Ogre now? Dang. So we'll just get this like this. If nothing else, this will still be a good example of how to beat this stage. If not the free-to-play friendly I was hoping to do, it still is going to show you effective tips to beat this. So, yep, there we go. Just remember, this is the hardest part of this stage, is to get your goblin and your healer and tank up to the boss. Getting to the boss is the easy part, or getting to the boss is the hard part, because goblin is such a squishy monster. Let's start putting dots down. Just put dots down. No stun there. Slew? Yeah, there we go. Alright, we'll just keep going. Crowd control a little bit. Oh, yeah, he got almost everybody. Well, two. He's got two. That apparently to me is everybody, right? Let me just put that down just in case. I don't. Yep, there we go. That's what I was afraid of. And boom. And then from here on, it's just going to be a nice, easy kill for everybody. He's going to kill him. Just put some dots down. Some more continuous damage. So we'll just keep doing this like this. And this, like I said, this is the hard part. Getting to the boss is always the hardest part of Vapor with Fallen Angel. He is an absolute pain in the backside. Yeah, we'll just finish him off. I don't feel like dealing with that. Alright. And that should be enough to kill him. We'll do that. And just keep working on him. One by one. And he's gonna die in just a moment. Come on. Come on. There you go. Alright. Now for this, just crowd control the sides. I'm just gonna keep Medusa just keeping the middle guys or the side guys down. And just gonna focus the boss. So remember this does 18% of his HP. Boom. Doesn't seem like a lot, but it is a lot more than most of the units. I promise you that. Pop up the heal. So we'll just keep these guys crowd controlled. Oh, come on, Goblin. I put Berserk runes on you for a reason. Stun? Yeah, there we go. And boom. See, there you go. We'll just stun them. And we'll just keep on keeping on. This is the perfect outcome. Him just continuously targeting the Dragoon. He could target Selene, and mine is built really, really well. So I'm not worried about that. So could just do that. And we'll just anti-crit. And he does nothing. And there you go, finally. Couple berserks out of you, Goblin. Good job. So we'll just keep working on him, and this is just going to be the theme of this whole thing. Just continue to do damage to him, pop him with a goblin, and nice and easy from there. And there you go. And heal him up again, and bomb. So the goblin is best if you have some crit damage, but as I showed you, he's got absolutely trash runes. So even with trash runes, he still gets the job done. So you don't have to have drop dead amazing runes on him. He does perfectly fine as he is. And that'll kill all of those guys. And now just pure focus on the boss. And see, nice and easy. And let's try to get this done. Come on. Oh, getting close. He's about to try to heal himself up, which is going to be just lengthening the time of this. Yep, and there you go. See how he healed up from that? That is the big, big problem with that. Is that whole just continuously healing up. That is why the Goblin's nuke is so helpful. You need to do max damage off of them. I would advise using crit damage on them if you can get the crit rate high enough. That way you just get powerhouse through it and just get rid of that whole hit point pool that he's got going. But that's the theme. Just a lawful tank, goblin to do the damage, and you're good. Obviously, the Selene and the Dragoon aren't necessary, any of them, any monsters would work in that slot. The biggest thing is using the Goblin Engineer to do just hard hitting nukes. Oh, come on, Salim. Let somebody else go. Oh, come on. Goblin, I need you to go. And I need you to do what you need to do. And boom. There you go. See? And that is floor 90. I will catch you guys up on 95. Hello, everybody, and here we are again, back with some more vapor. And now we're on floor 95. So, with this guy, he is really, really annoying for this skill right here. So, you have a few options. With these guys, you're going to want to get rid of their passives. Like, you just need to. So the Monkey King is the best for that particular goal. But you can also use Vampire. Vampire is drop dead amazing for that. So I'm going to take out the Monkey King for this floor. Just so I can try to make Vampire work. He's not built well for the Vapor Dreamland scene. But I'll try to make him work. Actually, why not just do both? So you can get to see Vampire side by side against Monkey in this kind of scenario. And that is an oddball team, but it should definitely work without any difficulties at all. Just more and more passive silences, I guess. It's just going to be a little bit of a slower run without any burns or anything like that. But Medusa will carry with poisons, but this should be an oddball but effective team. So we'll just leave them to do their thing. For the first couple floors, they'll just auto it. And there you go. Vampire does his little silencing everybody. So their skill is silenced and their passives are silenced. Which I actually think for the Mountain King, Vampire is actually better than the Monkey King. Because he silences skill and passive both. And the Mountain King, you want to silence his skill. Because that self-cleanse, buff, and damage is just, it's nasty. If you're not careful, that skill can absolutely wreck your team. And you can see all the debuffs that are coming onto these guys over here. Vampire is doing his job, keeping everybody silenced. The Demonic Swordsman is buffing the whole team. He's going to always be the MVP. See, now they're all full energy from the Demonic Swordsman. The Windwalker, you can replace her. I mean, she's really just helping boost up my Demonic Swordsman. So realistically, I should probably swap her out for somebody. I just am so used to using her. Replacing her with an ogre for this run would have actually probably been a much, much better idea. So I'll just stop this real quick so I can just keep them from using all their third skills and stuff. So that I can actually have some skills up for the next floors. And yep, all of them would have popped their third skills, which is another thing you have to worry about when you're using autoplay. They like to use all of their good skills right off the bat. And it really hurts you later on. And there you go. And Vampire does his thing. And I'll just push auto and let them do what they need to for a little while until they're almost all dead. And then I can use them on their first skills and be ready for the boss round. But until then, we'll just let them do what they want. So for this kind of stuff, it's really, really simple. You just gotta keep turn manipulating them. If you can stun them, that's the best. But any monster that can reduce attack bar or energy in this game can reduce energy and boost your energy is gonna be the best thing you can do in this. The next best thing would definitely be the continuous damage. Anything that reduces their energy, anything that boosts your energy, and anything that does continuous damage are the three of the four greatest. The fourth one is stunning, petrifying, whatever you want to call it, just basically stunning them. As you can see with how much attack bar manipulation this team has, the enemy has yet to take a single turn. Like, they literally have not attacked once, which is pretty much the theme of this team. You want them to go as much as possible and never allow them a single chance to get anything off to hurt you. So right now I'm just going to default skill 1s over and over until these guys all die one by one. You'll be dead. Just keep damaging the Draconic Princess, and she'll be dead here shortly. And there you go. And now to the boss. So, again, you want to boost up. For her, this is just crowd control. This is the best skill in the game, if you ask me. It stuns everybody. For this one, it says petrify, but it stuns them and reduces the energy by 50%. So, boom. And then everybody's like that. And we'll just start working on him. Now, come on, vampire, do me good. Yep, there we go. And now the Mountain King no longer has his passive available, or his third skill is no longer available. So he can't give himself immunity, which is the biggest threat from the Mountain King. He's a threat all on his own, but the biggest threat out of the Mountain King is him doing that skill to give himself immunity. If you can prevent that, then you will be fine. So we'll just keep doing that. And then we'll give you a little bit more energy. And this is it. Just keep this going. If you want, you can just do this. Reduce the energy again. Slow them down. And keep working on him. And keep working on him. Oh, jeez. Sanguine Curse again. Silence that third skill again. And that is why I think this little vampire is actually a little bit better for this than the Monkey King, because he can keep that skill 3 from actually coming back again and biting me in the backside, which can be a huge help. I'll put a couple dots on him, and then just keep this going, and it'll actually be working out. Come on. Who said that? Oh, that's not what I said to use. Come on. Don't be mean. I said Sanguine Curse. Get you back up to health a little bit. And my Demonic Swordsman may die. Uh-oh, that's not good. Let's just poison him a little bit. Yeah, he's dead. We're just gonna do a little bit more damage, and he's gonna just die from the poison effects. And we win. So that is floor 95. Just do the best you can to keep him from using his immunity skill. And if he does use if you allow him to use his immunity skill, it's not going to be good, but you can strip it off and continue to do damage to him. So if you don't want to try to do the vampire silence, and you don't want to bother with the passive silences on all the units, you don't actually need Monkey King, Vampire, or any of them. Just give him a dark tank to hit, like Demonic Idol. Let's see here. Who do we have that's a dark unit, or evil unit, evil unit, that can tank the hits from that boss? We've got him. He can tank hits, reduces damage taken and everything, creates himself his own little shield. So you could have put him up there. That Mountain King can smack on him all day long. You could put him in there. He can be taking the hits. He can be taking the hits as well. So all of those could be taking the hits from him. If you built her well, she could do it as well. Then you got stuff like her. She's a tank all on her own. So he's a perfect one. He gives himself his own little shield too. So any of these tanks could have taken the hit, and then you could have used any number of monsters like her. She would have actually been perfect to go against the boss. She's got this, which strips all the buffs, so she could have taken the buffs off of him. She also gives everybody defense and gives them a shield. And she can poison or bleed him. So she is actually an amazing, amazing unit against the Mountain King boss. So if you've got her, give her this to strip off that immunity and everything that he gives himself, buff up her own defense and give her a nice shield, and then keep bleeding the guy. So you could use this, and this would probably be an extremely effective unit against the Mountain King. So if you were worried about how to beat the Mountain King, this is a Nat 4, not too hard to get a hold of, and she can be one of the perfect units for it. Strip off the buffs, tank his hits, give herself a buff for defense and shield, just keep giving her health from any number of healers, and you can deal with it. Use Lumi for crowd controls, somebody for burn, poison, whatever, and get up to the boss, and she can deal with them. And just keep poisoning them and doing what you need to do. Alright, well, I'll meet you guys at floor 100. Hello everybody, and welcome back for the last stage of Vapor Dreamland Normal 100. So, usually I would say no, don't do it, but I'm pretty wealthy right now as far as crystals, and I decided after the final Vapor Dreamland Hard 100, I'm going to be doing the a sort of mass summon. So I'm going to be buying these, but I do not recommend getting those, and these I'm not even going to bother with. Oh, wow. Why? Multiple. There we go. Now they're all done. Jeez. I would recommend if you do spend crystals to buy summons, the Vapor Dreamland summons, those mystical scrolls, actually are effective and they do work out. But that's about it. You don't want to do it unless you actually are somebody with a lot of crystals. You pay to get some more crystals on a regular basis, like somebody like me. So, aside from that, now we're going to go up to stage 100. And the key to beating her, the boss's Draconic Princess, whenever one of her allies is hit with a critical strike, boosts everybody's energy. And then this is a strip of everybody, and she just drains health. And then this is an HP regen. So the key to beating her is, yet again, just getting rid of her passive. You get rid of her passive, and she becomes basically a kitten. She just doesn't do a whole lot of anything. Nice, easy win. Just get rid of her passive, and she becomes nothing. All of these guys, they have passives. Passive. So realistically, the kings of Vapor Dreamland are the ones that silence a passive. So Monkey King, Vampire, and Hattori again. And the queen is her just because she has the most reliable crowd control. She has the most reliable area of effect stun. Use her. You won't regret using her. See, this team will work about 100% of the time on pretty much auto. I can use this team and put auto, and it's gonna win. So let's see. Should I swap out for that? Vampire's a useful unit. He should work. We'll see how that works. I can do that. I can swap out Ogre, but I think I'm going to keep him in because he's a free-to-play option. Anybody can get him. So that should work. Worst case, I back out and I swap Vampire back over for Monkey King and go from there. But this should work. We'll just let them auto and do what they want. Like I said, you can replace Medusa for anybody that can. Oh, damn, jeez. And let's see how often. Oh, come on. Oh, I was hoping he would just go crazy. Um, but you can replace the Medusa with the Lumi or any other unit that is really, really good. I think an effective alternative would be Lumi with Desperation Runes. And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is why Ogre is an interestingly fun unit inside of Vapor Dreamland. If nothing else, you just get to count how much he goes, and it's pretty insane. Alright, so now that well, I was gonna pause it. There we go. Alright. Now that they've all basically died, we'll just get these skills back up by using just default skill 1s. And get everybody so that they have all their skills ready for the next floor. This is another thing. If you want to do this, you can auto if your team is good. And if you're really not so sure about it, just make sure at the end of the stage that you manual the skill 1s so that you can do the next one. There you go. With all your skills available for use. And do like that. And just push auto. And they should deal with this pretty easily. And come on, Ogre. Do it 20 times. Oh. I was hoping he would do another 20-something times like he did for me another day. That was just absolutely nuts. 3. Oh. Ogre's just not working for me today, huh? He did a little bit earlier. What was that, like a dozen times or so? But I've used him and he's done over 20 attacks in one go. And he's cleared an entire Vapor Dreamland hard stage all alone. Oh, jeez. And he tried to show up again. So, again, because it's almost the end of this floor, just do default skills. And we'll just do it from here. Oh, jeez. Okay. That works, I guess. Oh, dead, and dead. Alright. And now... Oh, I forgot she's going to get her passive right off. And use that. And that should... Oh. Wow, Ogre, you didn't do anything, did you? Get that up. Come on, Vampire, you gotta do something for me here. So, we'll just get this up. Come on. That should work. That should almost be... Yep, there we go. And that was enough poison to finish it off. And there you go. That is all 100 floors of Vapor Dreamland normal. And starting tomorrow, I'll be doing Vapor Dreamland hard 1 through 100. And I'm not going to do, again, all of the attempts with the weird free-to-play teams. I'm just going to give you a little advice on tips and pointers here and there. And strategies for specific floor bosses. And after I do that, I'm going to do a massive little summoning session. Well, not massive. I'm not going to be like 200 or 300 scrolls, but a nice little set of them. I'm really, really banking on a new light dark. If I get an orange out of it, it's going to be amazing. But that's it, everybody, and have a good night, and catch you guys next time.